I was walking around all the way. And it was very strange because it was all foggy outside. And something, I don't know exactly what it was, but something was drawing me deeper and deeper into the forest. I was walking through bushes, crawling over logs, making my way through the forest until finally I entered a meadow. And there, pulsating and glowing purple in the center of the meadow, was Barney's tail? That's weird because I remember in our big final battle, I took the tail and I took it home. And I put it in my special drawers like a souvenir. But why would it be here in the meadow? I know, something weird's going on. I slowly walked over towards the tail. I slowly bent down. And I wrapped my fingers around it. Giant gummy bear. And as I slowly started to lift it up, I realized that it was not alone. Oh no. For the tip of his tail was attached to the rest of his tail. And the rest of his tail was attached to a giant purple booty. And that purple booty was attached to a giant purple dinosaur. He looked down at me and said, "Oh, hi!" I opened my eyes. And I was in my bedroom? Huh? Oh, it was just a dream. More like a nightmare. I looked at the end of my bed. And at the end of my bed, Morpheus? Morpheus, what are you doing here?
Hello, Scooby.
Hello. Same thing here.
Do you have it? Is it secret? Is it safe?
What are you talking about?
Barney's tail, where is it?
Come now, it's in my drawer over here. It's all safe and stuff. What's wrong?
Scooby, you don't understand.
What? It's over. I defeated him.
No, you have not. It is only the beginning. You see, Scooby, many years ago, in the fires of Mount Snuffleupagus, many tales were formed. 7 were given to the race of Smurfs, little blue creatures that ruled the forest. 5 were given to the race of Muppets.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And 4 tales were given to the race of Teletubbies.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're weird. Yeah.
yeah, they're really weird.
But you see, all of them were destroyed. Because hidden deeper in the fires of Mount Snuffleupagus, one tale was created. One tale to rule them all.
Like Lord of the Rings?
Yes, but Lord of the Tales. The tail that you have, that's the one tail of power. Barney has used it to try and take over the world. But Scooby, you must have it destroyed.
How do I do that?
You must take the tail and leave the forest of Walden West. Travel down into Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
It's weirder and weirder.
Once you leave Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, you will enter the canyons of Blue's Clues. And then once you leave the canyons of Blue's Clues, you'll find yourself at the base of Mount Snuffleupagus. Climb up to its very, very tippy top. And once you get to the top of Mount Snuffleupagus, you throw the tail in the fire, and then, finally, the tail will be destroyed, and so too will Barney, forevermore.
That's it?
That's it.
That sounds easy.
Oh, but it's not, Scooby. For you see, somewhere, out there, hidden in the shadows, are the 4 original Teletubbies.
Yeah, so what? I just poke them in the nose, they're done. I've been there, done that.
No, you don't understand. You see, the 4 original Teletubbies, they are neither living nor dead. Do not trust them, Scooby. Many people have tried to stop them, but none have succeeded. If you see them, run. Run as fast as you can.
Like the gingerbread man?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Just run.
Well, my journey began with the hardest thing of all, and that was saying goodbye to Walden West. Saying goodbye to Walden West was not an easy thing. I said goodbye to all my friends, all the plants and trees, all the animals. It was not an easy thing to me. But I journeyed my way through the forest of Walden West, over the logs, through the branches and down the creeks, until finally I entered Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, which was kind of a crazy little place. always going by. Yeah, kind of weird. But pretty cool place. And as I walked through the streets of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, I couldn't help but feel as if I were being followed. But was I really being followed? Or was I just a little paranoid? I kept looking behind me, but saw nothing. Except for there in the shadows, lurking in the shadows, were none other than the 4 original Teletubbies. And when I saw them for the first time, I was so scared. And the echoes of what Morpheus said ran through my mind.
Run, Scooby. Run as fast as you can.
And I did. But they were too fast. And they had me surrounded. They started walking towards me. Now Morpheus said that many people tried to escape them, to try and stop them. But no one succeeded. But maybe that was because nobody was smart enough to defeat them. Maybe I could use something that they love to do the most, and use that against them. And what is it that they love to do the most, except annoy them? They love to repeat things, right? So maybe I could use that against them. As they came ever closer to me, I looked at them and said, "Hello, Teletubbies." They stopped, kind of confused, and were like, "Hello." You like to repeat, don't you?
Oh, you like to repeat, don't you?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I thought so.
So try this.
Oh, try this.
He looked at me like, and they were almost frozen. Silly little seconds. But it didn't last long. They shook off the foggy haze. Started walking towards me again. So I said the babble again. And of course they looked at me again. They were frozen long enough for me to escape. I started to run as fast as I could. However, in order to keep them frozen in that stupid state, I'd have to babble forever, and that, of course, was impossible. I didn't know what to do. So I ran as fast as I possibly could. But there was no outrunning them. One of them grabbed me by my arm. Another grabbed the other arm and held it behind me. A third Teletubby finger ran over my mouth, so I couldn't do the babble. As a fourth Teletubby tried to reach into my pocket to pull out the one tail of power. And as they were doing that, I thought, oh no, it's over. It's over before it began. They surely will return their tail to the master, and the whole thing will start all over again. And as a low teardrop fell from my eyes to feed the thirsty ground, I saw it crystallize before my very eyes. And instead of splashing on the ground, it shattered. Huh? And it got very, very cold. Oh, so cold. And to my surprise, the 4 Teletubbies were frozen in the weirdest popsicles you ever saw. But how is this possible? I turned around, and there, standing behind me, was my friend Tundra, who has the incredible power of freezing things because, well, he's cool like that. Well, we escaped the Teletubbies and ran through Mr. Rogers' neighborhood and entered the canyons of Blue's Clues. What a strange place that was.